Chardon, hey, true crime fans. Welcome back to another episode of Chardon, hey, true crime. I'm your host, Dakota, and with me this week is the lovely Thia.
Hi, guys.
Hi. How are you doing today, Thia?
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good for a Sunday. Pretty chill.
Yeah, it is Sunday. Do you have a good Sunday so far?
Yeah, I went to work for a couple hours.
Okay.
Yeah. Came home and ate some tomatoes with Grandma. It was good. It's been good.
That was good. Nice. Well, that's good. Oh, my Sunday was all right. I had the sad for a while, but I'm here now.
Right.
I'm ready to talk about some true crime.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And this week we are going to be tonight we are going to be discussing the Ariel Castro kidnappings. So this is the guy that kidnapped those 3 girls and kept them in his house in Cleveland for like years.
Yeah. I knew a little bit, but not much. But I don't ever know much, so it's
well, you know that we're going to get into it, so it's fine.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, indeed. So the kidnappings, they happened like in the 90s, I want to say, but like we'll get into all of that and everything. We'll get into all of that. So like, yeah, no, the kidnapping happened. Could talk tonight. Good Lord.
You got it. I believe in you.
Thank you. No, so the kidnappings happened in the early 2000s, and we're going to get into everything that happened with that. We're going to get into a little bit about each of the girls that were taken, and we're going to actually hear the 911 call that Amanda Berry made to the police when she was saved from the house.
Oofta.
So yeah, it's gonna be a lot. So why don't we hop on into this episode and get it going? Let's start with Ariel Castro. Ariel Castro was born July 10th, 1960 in Duyaco, Puerto Rico, the son of Pedro Castro and Lillian Rodriguez. Castro's parents divorced when he was a child, and he moved to mainland United States with his mother and his 3 siblings. They settled in Reading, Pennsylvania, and then moved to Cleveland, Ohio, where Castro's father and other family members were living. So altogether, Castro had 9 siblings, both full and half siblings, which, I mean, not gonna lie, I know that feel because I've got 7 full and step siblings.
Only got 3. I don't know. That's too many.
2 sisters and a brother, right?
Yeah. And that's I'm sure I've tried to sell Wyatt into a circus at least once. I was like, please,
brother,
just take him far, far away. We love him, but just take him away.
How old is he?
He's 16, almost 17 now. He's almost like half of a taller than me. It's disrespectful, honestly.
Well, how tall are you?
Like 5'4" and 3/4, but that's besides.
Okay, all right.
That's besides the point.
I don't know. I'm just gonna say it's not that hard to be taller than you then.
Yeah. It's all that coffee I drank.
Oh, there it is the coffee. That's what you're gonna be blaming right now. The coffee.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You've been drinking that coffee since you were really little?
I think I started when I was like 9.
When you were about 5'3"?
I'm gonna poke you in the eye, but it's fine. I'll be there tomorrow for you.
Okay. Uh-huh. Okay, yeah. So I'd like to see that happen.
Honestly, me too. Somebody told me that I couldn't do it, and I was like, I'm competitive. You don't want to play this game because I will get there in 17 hours. Like, I will get so many speeding.
You couldn't do what? Get to California?
Yeah. And I was like, bet right now. I'll get so many speeding tickets. I don't care.
I mean, maybe not in 17 hours, but no. I mean, I believe that you can get here.
I think I could do it in a day.
I think you're wrong, but okay.
Stop. Like sleep's for
I think I don't know. I think you're wrong, but okay. Anyways, so Castro graduated from Cleveland's Lincoln West High School in 1979 and then met his girlfriend, Grimelda Figueroa, when his family moved into a house across the street from hers in the 1980s. They lived with both sets of parents, but eventually moved into their own home at 2207 Seymour Avenue in 1992. Their home was a 2-story, 1,400 square foot, 4-bedroom, 1-bathroom house with a 760 square foot unfinished basement built in 1890 and had been remodeled in 1956. Now, this house is very important because this is the house that those girls would later be held in.
Right.
Yeah. So, excuse me. So, Figueroa's sister, Elida Caraballo, said that is when all hell started breaking loose when the couple moved into their home. Caraballo and her husband, Frank, claimed that Castro beat his girlfriend, breaking her nose, ribs, and arms, and caused a blood clot on her brain that resulted in an inoperable tumor. So already this guy is a piece of crap.
Not a great look, bro.
Not a great look.
Not a great look. It's
not at all.
Start.
Just, hey, bro, you know how you did that thing that was like really messed up? You know how you did that?
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Don't do that.
No, it's fine. This is fine.
Don't do that.
No, it's fine.
But why?
For fun. Obviously.
but that's not nice.
Never said I was nice.
Truth.
Obviously by my actions, not nice.
Obviously by your actions, not nice. Okay, understood.
Right.
So he also threw her down a flight of stairs, cracking her skull. And in 1993, Castro was finally arrested for domestic violence, but was not indicted by a grand jury because this is the 90s. And why would they be like, you did a bad thing, we're going to indict you? Like, why would they do that?
Even today, domestic cases, they're often like, well, but did you die? No? Okay.
And if you did die, well, you should have reported it to the police earlier then.
It's the victim blaming for me.
We wouldn't have done it. We wouldn't have done anything, but you should have reported it to the police earlier then.
Right, because so helpful, always.
So helpful. Like that. So helpful. Actually, I think I have a picture of, I'm trying to find a picture of Ariel Castro when he's like young, you know?
Yeah.
And like the only,
you would have been how old by then?
By 92, if he was born in 1960. So he would have been, he would have been about
32.
32, yeah, about there. Yeah.
I did that.
So
I did that.
I found a picture of him when it looks like he's like younger. So like, let's take a look at this picture. Oop, I did not mean to do that. Oh my God. That's all me, apparently. Okay, hey, how you doing?
Shit. How you doing?
So this is him when he's like younger-ish.
Right. Okay.
Like he's obviously an adult, but I'm imagining like this is the dude that's like probably beating his girlfriend, you know? Yeah. And like this is the guy that like didn't get indicted by the grand jury. And I just gotta say, like, he guilty.
He guilty as hell. Look at that smile. He didn't.
He guilty as hell. Look at that hat. Look at his fucking pot leaf necklace. Like, okay.
I'm kind of living for the necklace, but like that was it. Like I just want that for purposes.
You just want that for stoner purposes. You want to give that to like your grandma or something.
I confirm.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. Yep. Mm-hmm. But like, oh God, I feel so bad for Grimelda.
Right.
Like that sucks.
And he definitely looked like when he got tried but not convicted, like he went home and did it again.
Yeah, probably. Definitely, probably. So she moved out of the house and like thank God she moved out of the house in 96. So it took her still 3 more years before she got out, but I'm so happy that she did, you know? Like, good for you, girl. We stand. We stand a survivor.
We stand Grimilda.
We do. And we got a comment here from YouTube. Alana says, this is interesting. Thank you, Alana. We think this is interesting as well.
Yes, yes.
Yes. So she moved out of the home in 1996 and secured custody of her 4 children. And the police were then assisted in the move and detained Castro, but again, they did not press charges. And Castro continued to threaten Grimilda after she left him, according to family members. And eventually, Grimilda filed charges in 2005 in relation to domestic violence in the Cuyahoga County Domestic Relations Court, accusing him of inflicting multiple severe injuries on her and of frequently abducting their daughters. I wonder if that could be, just like a quick little like, hey, you know how he keeps kidnapping people? We should be worried about that. I'm just saying.
Right. Like, this just seems like a warning sign to me.
It does seem like a warning sign. It does. It's like,
It's the ignored warning signs for me.
Yeah, it's all the warning signs that are being totally just like dismissed for me. Yeah, all of those. Yeah.
What evidence?
What?
I said, what evidence? We don't see that here.
We don't know her. We don't know her. But the court granted her a temporary restraining order, but it was dismissed a few months later. And she died in April 2012 due to complications from her brain tumor that he fucking inflicted. How he wasn't charged for like manslaughter, I don't know.
Right.
Because like he inflicted the injuries that caused the inoperable brain tumor. Like, what the hell?
Is there like a time limit? I'm wondering if there's like a time limit on stuff like that. I don't know.
A statute of limitations? I honestly don't know.
Right.
I have no idea. But like, even then, her parent or her family could have sued him for it.
I would have.
I would have. Yeah, for real. So friends and relatives gathered on her street on April 29th, 2012 for a memorial service in her honor. And before his arrest at age 52, Castro worked as a bus driver for the Cleveland Metropolitan School District until he was fired for bad judgment, which included making an illegal U-turn with children on the bus, using the bus to go grocery shopping, leaving a child on the bus while he went for lunch, and leaving the bus unattended while he took a nap at home.
Okay.
Hey, yo, you good? You good back there? You good?
Listen, I don't feel okay. So like kids are monstrous, and I wouldn't want to drive a bus full of them around. But you just have to get them from point A to point B,
right?
Seriously. You don't have to make like you should fill the bus up. Like the bus should be filled before you have to take them to all these places.
Mm-hmm.
Like I had a bus driver try to kidnap me once. That was exciting. But like,
what the hell?
I was like really young. I don't remember how old I was, but I came home. Like I would always sit behind the bus driver because I was like a kid that didn't want to talk to anybody on the bus. And every day I was the first one picked up. So he would pick me up and we would go drive past this farmhouse that had like a crap ton of like Clydesdale horses. And I was like, nice. Oh my God, I just want to see them. They're so pretty. And I said that and the bus driver was like, well, I can take you to go see them sometime. And stupid young Thia was like, yeah, for sure. Let me ask my mom. So I went home and was like, Mom, my bus driver wants to come pick me up this weekend and take me to look at horses. My mom was in the middle of a phone call working on like her schoolwork and stuff. Like she was not paying attention to her idiot child. Like, yeah, okay, sure he does. So I completely forgot about it, as I do. Went to my grandma's house that weekend and my mom called and she's like, Thia, why is your bus driver outside my house right now? I was like, oh, we were supposed to go look at horses, Mom. She was like, oh my fucking God, she's going to get kidnapped by the time she's 10. Like, it was, and they didn't
I hope your mom, like, chewed him out.
Oh, she chewed him out. It was a Saturday. She went down to the school, called this, because she had a personal, like, a office lady's personal number, made her come to the school, filed a report, tried to get him fired. The school didn't even fire him. They just moved him to another bus. And I was like,
bruh.
So like for like 10 years, I wasn't allowed to take the bus. I took the bus for the last year of school.
When you were old enough to hopefully not be that stupid.
Yeah, I mean, our bus driver was pretty chill, like our last one.
Like I said, hopefully, because, you know, your family is just like, hopefully Thea's not a dumbass anymore, but we don't know.
Maybe Thea doesn't talk to strangers ever again.
Maybe we don't know. Maybe I guess we'll find out if she goes missing. I guess it's probably the bus driver since she's a dumb hoe.
I had a friend on my like last bus. She was so we just sat together and she was like, Thea, don't even talk to anybody. You just put in your music and ignore the world. I was like, I can do that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna let you get kidnapped, bitch.
Right. She was responsible for me for like my last 3 years of high school.
Yeah, your mom fucking paid her to like be responsible for you. That's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. To this day, I believe that.
Yeah, your mom just like, hey, kid, you want to like make some money? That kid's like, no, and she's like, no, it's nothing weird. It's nothing weird. Just don't let my fucking daughter get kidnapped by a bus driver.
My dumbass just, hi.
Hi.
So yeah, that's my bus driver horror story.
Oh boy, fucking genius child, man.
Thank you.
But I mean, can you imagine though? You're a bus driver and you're like, there's a kid in here, but I'm like getting hangry, so I'm gonna just like have a quick snack. I'm just gonna like roll up to KFC real quick. All right, hey, yo, kid, you good back there? You good? You good? You're fine.
Said he was hungry too. Like, listen, I don't care, but can I get some food too?
Right? Seriously. I'd be like, hey, I won't rat you out. I won't rat you out if you get me like a 3-piece. And he's just like, I get you a 1-piece. The kid's just like, a 1-piece motherfucker.
I'll take 2. Compromise.
Yeah.
Meet in the middle.
And like they get home and they're not the way that he was found out is the kid got home from school finally. Mm-hmm. And he wasn't hungry for dinner. And mom's just like, why aren't you hungry? Did you eat something after school? He's like, yeah, the bus driver bought me KFC. They're like, what?
What do you mean the bus driver bought you KFC?
I mean, he said he was hungry, so he bought me KFC because he stopped at KFC and he left me in the bus and then he came back out and he was like, oh my God, you still back here? All right, what you want? I got you. Like, and so he bought me a 2-piece, but I wanted a 3-piece.
I wanted a 3-piece.
I am a growing child. I need a 3-piece.
Listen, unless I want to be as tall as Thea for the rest of my life, I need 3 pieces.
I need it. A comment here, and we got a comment here from Alana saying, my teacher offered to take me to his house once. That's not okay. That is not okay. All right, I have a story about that. One of my teachers in 4th grade, my teacher, she was friends with, she like went to high school or something with my dad. Mm-hmm. So like there was this one time where we had a field trip, and then after the field trip, my dad didn't get off work until like 30 minutes after the field trip. So instead of like being like, hey, can you like hold on to her for like half an hour after school? He was like, hey, Anna, why don't you just like drive my kid home? And she was like, yeah, that's fine. So like, because they grew up together,
right.
You know?
Right.
So she drove me home and like the whole time I was just like, this is weird. This is weird. This is weird. This is weird. Like they give me a heads up beforehand. And then I would just like spend the whole time like talking shit about the rest of the students in class.
I mean, is there like, I was always that kid that got like weirdly attached to like their English teacher because of how much I like writing. So I'd like, like my English teacher, nobody else ever talk crap about her because I will hurt you. So like if they were like, hey Thea, want to go like get a smoothie? I'd be like, absolutely. And then where'd Thea go? We never heard from her.
And she was never heard from again.
She was never heard
but my English teacher actually cut me off in traffic today. Yeah.
I would have followed her. Like
my 7th grade English teacher and I were at a gas station at the same time today. Mm-hmm. And we were both at the pumps and our cars were both pointing at the exit. So I got what I wanted and I like went back out, got into my car, and then I started to pull forward and she just like shot in front of me all fast, cut me off and like hauled ass out of that parking lot. I was like, Susan, where the fuck you think you're going like that?
Susan, no.
And I was on a live stream too, so like TikTok saw that happen.
I love that.
Well, they saw my response to it happen, which was, God damn it, that was my 7th grade English teacher. That bitch.
I'm missing out on your live streams. I got it. You always
live stream. You gotta get it together, woman. Damn.
You always live stream when I'm at work. That's not my fault.
Okay.
I just work in a row.
It's time zone's fault. But anyways, so Castro, at the time that he was fired, he had been earning $18.91 an hour. Like, that's so much more than like minimum wage, especially in like Cleveland, and also especially for like the time and everything. You know, he was making like almost $20 an hour. This dude was making like just less than $19 an hour, and he was a dumbass. So good job, bro. Good job. And at the time of his arrest, his home was in foreclosure after 3 years of unpaid real estate taxes. So, like, they were gonna find those girls. And my question is, like, what was the plan there? What was gonna happen after, like, the house actually, like, was foreclosed upon?
He really called their bluff. He was like, they ain't taking my house. And then they didn't.
For 3 years.
I should tell my grandma, listen, grandma, you don't have to pay taxes for at least 3 years. They won't even care until at least then.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure after that point, they were like, you know what? We're going to foreclose on houses as hard as we can, like as fast as we can. That way, if anybody that's been kidnapped is like being locked inside of these houses, we'll at least be able to find out about it.
I don't like that. My grandma's got like a trapdoor basement too. So
does your grandma kidnapping people? Is there people in that basement? Have you looked lately? Yeah. Have you looked lately?
You're right. I can't, but I can't go down those stairs, and neither can my grandma. So they're too steep.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, when I finally come out to Iowa, I almost said Idaho, Iowa. When I finally come out to Iowa, I'm going to go down there.
Okay.
I'm going to go down there. I'm going to find out what's down there.
It's a whole bunch of my stuff, honestly, from moving. Like, it's just like my books and like a couple boxes.
Did you just like yeet boxes down there?
No, Serene, my little sister, helped me out because she can get upstairs. And so I was like, do you want to carry my box of books? And she's like, no, the one that weighs 300 pounds. Not really, but I will. I'm like, you're a
do I want to? No. Will I? I guess.
Will I? Yes. Are you going to pay me? Yes.
Also, yes.
I bought her chicken nuggies.
There you go. There you go. Someone Venmo me so that I can buy chicken nuggies. My Venmo's right down here at the bottom of the screen. Dakota's beard. Buy me chicken nuggies. Or buy Thia chicken nuggies. TJoy98.
Chicken nuggies are the best.
They are the best. So anyways, the way that he kidnapped these people was by offering them each a ride, which is literally how most people get kidnapped. Like, honestly, it's ridiculous. Right. It's ridiculous.
I'm so sketch of people always. Like, even if it was like downpouring rain and hail and like there was a flash flood warning, like I'm going to die unless I get in this stranger's car, I'm gonna be like, it's like I'm going for a swim. Like
Meanwhile, you almost let a stranger into your car if he had been going somewhere close to your house.
You were never gonna let me live that down. He really needed some help. He seemed like an all right guy. He was an all right guy.
And she was never seen again.
Yeah.
This week on Chardonnay True Crime, we're going to be discussing the disappearance of my dumbass friend Thia, who decided to give some rando stranger a ride home.
I didn't, though. He was going too far.
Yeah.
Like, and I couldn't, my car was not going to make it.
Anyways, so.
I haven't seen him since. So, like.
Hopefully he figured out whatever the hell was going on with that lady that he was seeing. What's her face?
That was a mess.
I don't even know.
I feel so bad. I said that was a mess. I feel so bad for that stranger man. I don't know what he had going on, but sorry, man.
Ooh. Anyway, so he kidnapped each of his victims by offering them a ride, and he drove each to his home, lured them inside, took them to the basement, and restrained them in his house. And the house has since been demolished, but we'll get into that later. The first of his victims, Michelle Knight, was born on April 23rd, 1981, and disappeared on August 23rd, 2002. She was leaving a cousin's home and was 21 at the time. And on the day of her disappearance, she was scheduled to appear in court for a child custody case involving her son, Joey, who was in the custody of the state. Following her rescue, police acknowledged that limited resources had been spent investigating her disappearance, in part because she was an adult. Authorities had believed that she had run away voluntarily due to anger over losing custody of her son. And according to Cleveland Deputy Police Chief Ed Toomba, she was the focus of very few tips. Some have criticized her removal from the National Crime Information Center database, and that event happened 15 months after she disappeared, so she was largely unknown prior to her rescue. Cleveland police and the FBI maintained that her inclusion or exclusion had no bearing on her rescue, however. They legit were just like, this girl was like in a custody case.
That's so okay. First of all, he kidnapped her on her birthday.
Yep. No. Born in April, kidnapped in August.
Oh, okay. I read that wrong because I can't read. Okay. That doesn't make it better, but
no.
But like there was like at our gas station, they you know how like gas stations are starting to get like TV screens and stuff?
Yeah.
I hate it, but still.
Ours
has a mute button, and it's my favorite button at the gas pump now.
That's great.
They were doing, does yours not? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for your loss. Ours,
I'm just screamed at every time I try to pump gas.
Ours is like the deals going on in the gas station and then like the missing persons database. Like, which
is we don't even get that. That would be nice if they gave us that. But no, we get like the weather and this on entertainment tonight. I don't give a fuck what's on entertainment tonight.
I don't care. There's somebody.
I don't want to watch it at home. You think I want to watch it in the gas station?
I mean, honestly, if you're gonna like play like a Disney short or something.
Seriously.
Something I care about or is gonna make me cry.
Or just give me the National Missing Persons Database Center or something. Right. You know, hook me up with the people that deal with exploited and lost children. You know, tell me which children are lost.
Right, because gas stations are like that's a high traffic area. Like that's
exactly. That is so smart. Why don't we do this in California? Considering how many children are like kidnapped by like their parents and shit.
Right.
Amber alerts, y'all. But anyway, so that brings us next to Amanda Marie Berry, who was born on April 22nd, 1986, and disappeared on April 21st, 2003, the day before her 17th birthday. She was last heard from around 8 p.m. when she called her sister to tell her that she was getting a ride home from her job at Burger King at West 110th Street and Lorraine Avenue. The FBI initially considered her a runaway until a week after her disappearance when an unidentified male used her cell phone to call her mother. And he said, "I have Amanda. She's fine and will be home in a couple of days." Ariel, what the fuck you doing, dude?
I don't think. Why? You did this for why? For fun?
You did this for why?
For fun, to torment, like
for funsies.
Make it make sense. I don't understand.
Yeah, right? Seriously. I don't understand it either. Like, I don't understand. Bitch.
Like, was he pretending to be like a taxi, or was he just like driving up to people like?
Well, see, the thing is, all of the girls that he kidnapped knew his daughter. So they all knew him.
Right. Oof.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's not good.
Meh.
So Barry was featured in a 2004 segment of Fox's America's Most Wanted that was re-aired in 2005 and 2006 which linked her to Gina De Jesus, who by that point had also gone missing in Cleveland. Barry and De Jesus were profiled on the Oprah Winfrey Show and the Montel Williams Show, where self-proclaimed psychic Sylvia Brown told Barry's mother in 2004 that her daughter was dead and that she was in water. This pronouncement devastated her mother, causing her to take down pictures and give away Barry's computer. However, Miller continued to search for Barry before dying from heart failure in early March 2006. Later that year, on December 25th, 2006, Barry gave birth to a daughter, and DNA evidence has confirmed that Castro was the father of the daughter. So he kidnapped her, and he was raping. He was raping. Yeah. And actually, I found the America's Most Wanted from 2004.
Yeah.
So I'm going to pull that up. It's on YouTube, and I still haven't figured out how to download videos off YouTube yet. So if anybody knows how to do that, let me know, because I want to be able to do that.
That's a thing.
Yeah, that's a thing. You can do that. Yeah.
I used to know how to download sound, music off of, but
I know how to download music, but I don't know how to download the full video. I'd rather do that than just keep showing them off of YouTube on here, you know. But let's watch this segment from America's Most Wanted, okay? Ready?
Let's do it.
This is Tom Morris with one of our most mysterious missing child cases. It started at this Cleveland middle school 1 year ago today. 14-year-old Gina De Jesus left school and started walking down this busy Cleveland street. She never made it home. Gina vanished in broad daylight.
When I came home and I got on the phone, and from 4 o'clock, I started calling friends after friends. They said they did not see her.
I talked to the last person who did see Gina that day, her best friend and classmate, Arlene Castro. The two girls were walking home together, hoping to spend the rest of the afternoon at Gina's house.
I decided to call my mom and ask her. And so she gave me 50 cents to call my mom. And so my mom said no, that I can't go over her house. And so I told her I couldn't, and she said, well, okay, I'll talk to you later. And she just walked.
Normally, Gina would have taken the bus, but after she gave Arlene 50 cents for the payphone, she didn't have enough money left for bus fare. So she headed home on foot. Police canines tracked Gina's scent from the payphone at the corner, right down the street, halfway up the block, to this Snow Street sign right here. And this is where the trail went cold. The disappearance of Gina De Jesus on busy Lorraine Avenue has sent a familiar chill through this Cleveland community.
So this is the Burger King.
Cops working to bring her home are the same cops trying to solve the disappearance of another teenage girl, almost exactly a year earlier and just a few blocks away. Amanda Berry vanished on April 21st, 2003, as she walked home from her job at this fast food restaurant. And when she disappeared, which direction was she walking?
She was last observed to be walking northbound on West 110th, which is the street right here.
Two attractive teenage girls. They disappear in similar circumstances along the same busy avenue. What does it mean?
A lot of the local people around here, are talking about it as well, and how they're getting a little bit scared for their children as well.
Whether or not these cases are connected, police and the families of these two girls need your help. Gina De Jesus was last seen wearing a tan shirt with a light blue jacket and black pants. Amanda Berry has slick, sandy blonde hair and multiple piercings in each ear. If you have any information about either of these missing children, please give our hotline a call right now at 1-800-PRIME-TV.
So they connected these two disappearances. I mean, they didn't really connect it as in oh, this is the same thing, but
right.
They started to kind of be maybe they're maybe Maybe. So they're sort of like, eh.
There's something common here. I'm missing it.
I don't know what it is. I don't know.
Gee.
So
That's crazy.
yeah. So a prison inmate by the name of Robert Wolford, who lived in Tremont, claimed in July 2012 that he had information about the location of Amanda Berry's body. He led the police to a vacant lot on Cleveland's west side where they conducted a fruitless search. And he was sentenced in January 2013 to 4.5 years in prison for obstructing justice, making a false report, and making false alarm. Making a false alarm. Don't you think that the psychic should have been, convicted of making a false alarm?
Yeah.
It's like,
but that kind of stuff annoys me when they're like, well, she's dead. And then they're, not. Like, you just rush this mother for why?
Honestly, like personally, that sort of thing has affected not my life, but my sister's boyfriend's life in a way that I'm not going to talk about publicly. But I know that he was talking about psychics doing stuff like that, and that is just, I've heard that time and time again, not just from him, but from other people who have gone through these things as well. Not quite like, disappearance for like a million years, but like death and stuff like that. Right. And psychics being like, oh, well, I know who did it. And also, they are dead, 100% dead. And then come to find out they're 100% alive.
They're 100% alive.
Like JC Dugard's family said that a psychic told them that she was dead, and then it turns out she wasn't. So, yeah.
I was just watching something recently. I feel like it was a Criminal Minds episode, but I can't remember exactly. And it was like a psychic had a necklace.
Mm-hmm.
And she was telling the family, like, no, she's dead. And whoever the detective was, like immediately Derek Morgan comes to mind, but at the same time, I feel like it wasn't him. It was just, I don't believe that. I'm not buying that at all. It was either Derek Morgan or Spencer Reed, one of my two favorites. But like, I don't know. It was recent. I don't know. It's weird. I don't like it.
I have stories about the guy that plays Spencer.
Oh?
He was a dick to me.
No.
They filmed the show right down the street from my house, like literally on the corner of my street. And one of the producers brought me over to like talk to him, and they were like, hey, like she lives up the street. She's like a really big fan of the show, and I was just like, hi, I was just wondering if I could get like a picture, an autograph or something. And he just like looked at me and then like looked away and started talking to someone else. And I was just like, okay.
Matthew.
Yeah, and everybody on like TikTok and stuff is always like, oh my god, I've had these wonderful experiences with him. So I don't know if he just didn't like me or what, but like
maybe he's just having a bad day. I don't know. That doesn't give
either way, it's not polite to just like look at someone who's like, I'm a fan, and just be like,
no. Even if you're having a bad day, it does not give you an excuse to be a dick.
Talk to somebody else. Like literally, that's all he did. He just kind of looked at me and then like looked at someone else, and then they like walked away together and got into a van. And I was just sort of like, okay. I was like 16. It was really shitty.
I expect better from.
Meanwhile, the guy that does the voice for Flynn Rider, he was in Chuck, and they filmed that down the street from my house. And he was a sweetheart. He was so nice. What?
Who's the guy that voices Flynn Rider? As soon as you say it, I'm gonna be like, oh yeah.
Oh Christ, what's his name? I
can see his face in my head too.
Yeah, I know, right?
I'll look it up.
Yeah, you look it up because I got to keep going with these notes. Anyway, so Georgia, also known as Gina Lynn De Jesus, was born February 13th, 1990, and went missing at age 14. She was last seen at a payphone at around 3 p.m. and on April 2nd, 2004, on the way home from middle school at West 105th Street and Lorraine Avenue. Figueroa and Castro's daughter, Arlene, had called. So this is literally a friend of Castro's daughter. Like, they're close enough that she called for permission to sleep over at Gina De Jesus's house, but Figueroa replied that they could not, and the two girls parted ways. Arlene Castro was the last person to see De Jesus before her disappearance. De Jesus was under the impression that Castro was picking her up to drop her off at home because she trusted him, because she was the friend of his daughter. But no one witnessed her abduction, and an Amber Alert was not issued, which angered her father. He said in 2006, the Amber Alert should work for any missing child, whether it's an abduction or a runaway. A child needs to be found. We need to change that law. A year after her disappearance, the FBI released a composite sketch and a description of a male suspect described as Latino, 25 to 35 years of age, 5'10", 165 to 185 pounds, with green eyes, a goatee, and possibly a pencil-thin beard. According to court records, Castro was 5'7", 179 pounds, with brown eyes and a goatee. De Jesus was featured in the, like we just showed it, the America's Most Wanted segment, which linked her with Barry, and the disappearances received regular media attention into 2012 while the family held public vigils. Castro attended at least 2 of these vigils, reportedly participated in a search party, and tried to get close to the De Jesus family. Because what a sick fuck. Like, of course he's going to try and get close to the family. That is so gross.
Right. Well, then they can find out kind of how much they know, too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when they put themselves in the case, like in the search parties and stuff, they can find out, like, how close they are. Or not at all.
Yeah. Castro's son, Anthony, was a journalism student in 2004, and he interviewed De Jesus's mother for an article about the disappearances in the Plain Press. Police kept the investigation open and offered a $25,000 reward for information. According to Castro's uncle, his family knew the De Jesus family and had lived in the same West Cleveland neighborhood, and Castro eventually claimed that he was not aware that De Jesus was a member of that family when he abducted her. Now we're getting into some dark shit right here, so if you're squeamish or you don't want to hear about true crime content, I don't blame you for turning off the stream, but this is a point where we are going to be talking about rape and physical assault. So, like I said, if that's the kind of content that bothers you, go ahead and turn the stream off. But this is where we're going right now. So when Castro first kidnapped Michelle Knight. Oh, I lost my spot. God, of course I did. When Castro first kidnapped Michelle Knight, he took her upstairs, tied her hands and feet together, and pulled her up using her hands, feet, and neck. He left her there for 3 days without food. Prosecutors at Castro's sentencing wrote that diaries kept by the women speak of forced sexual conduct, of being locked in a dark room, of anticipating the next session of abuse, of dreams of someday escaping and being reunited with families, of being chained to a wall, of being held like a prisoner of war, of missing the lives they once enjoyed, of emotional abuse, of his threats to kill. They wrote about being treated like an animal, of continuous abuse, and of desiring freedom. The women were kept in locked bedrooms, where they were forced to use plastic toilets that were emptied infrequently. They were fed one meal a day, and they were allowed to shower twice a week at most. Knight told the police that Castro had impregnated her at least 5 times and had induced miscarriages each time through beatings, hitting her with dumbbells, punching her, and slamming her against walls. He also starved her. Knight's grandmother told reporters that she would require facial reconstruction surgery due to the beatings that she had endured, and that she had lost hearing in one ear. I think it's time for a wine break real quick.
I'm all out.
That's why you don't finish your glass of wine too fast.
I have 0 impulse control.
I know.
Okay.
You'll learn.
Eventually, yes.
Trigger warning right now for animal abuse. At one point, she kept a pet dog while in captivity, but Castro killed it by snapping its neck after it bit him while trying to protect Knight. De Jesus told law enforcement that she was raped, but did not believe that she was ever impregnated. On Christmas Day, 2006, Castro allegedly ordered Knight to assist in the birth of Barry's child, which took place in a small inflatable swimming pool, and he threatened to kill her if the baby did not survive. At one point, the baby did stop breathing, but Knight was able to resuscitate her. Castro occasionally took her out of the house, including to visit his mother, and she called him Daddy and Castro's mother grandmother. In 2013, he showed one of his adult daughters a picture of her and said that she was his girlfriend's daughter from a previous relationship. He had told others that she was his granddaughter. Barry taught her daughter how to read and how to write in the home. And I've actually seen like interviews with Amanda Barry where she talks about like throughout the day, she would, they had 2 bedrooms upstairs that they were like kept in. And she would like take her daughter out of one room every morning and then walk her down the hallway into the next room. And that they had like a little school area where she was able to teach her daughter like how to read and write and everything. Right. And like she did that just so that they would have a routine. And so it would feel like going to school because like her mom used to walk her to school. So she got to walk her daughter to school and then sit there and teach her.
Right. A sense of normalcy, I guess.
Yeah, really. Now, according to a statement from Cleveland police, officers visited Castro's home only once following the kidnappings to discuss an unrelated incident. Castro did not appear to be at home at the time and was later interviewed elsewhere. Neighbors claim to have called the police about suspicious activity observed at the house, but police have said that they have no records of any such calls. But, I mean, honestly, do we believe that? Because, I'm just saying, police are known to cover things up.
Yes, they are.
Yes, they are.
God forbid they have to do their jobs.
Yeah, right. Seriously, like how the search warrant for Dylan Klebold's home went missing for 10 years until someone was like, hey, I have a copy of that. And they're like, what? No, you don't. Nuh-uh. And they're like, yeah, I've seen it. Nuh-uh.
No.
We didn't have a search warrant to search Dylan Klebold's home because he was threatening to make bombs.
No. Couldn't have been us. No. You made it up.
But it's right here.
No, it's fake. It's not real.
It's right here.
What is that?
What is this? Oh, it's a canvas.
Okay, I was like, wait, what is it though?
It's the backside of a little canvas that I had just sitting next. It's a crafty thing.
It's fake.
You're
imposter.
Fake. You're an imposter.
You're an imposter.
You're fake. You're an imposter. So Castro's son Anthony reported that were certain areas of the house that were inaccessible due to being locked. He also mentioned on occasion 3 weeks before the women's escape when Castro asked him if Barry would ever be found. Anthony said that he told Castro that Barry was likely dead, to which Castro responded with, "Really? You think so?" I'm sorry, but if your dad is like, "I'm keeping doors locked." No, if your dad just comes up and he's like, "Ayo, hey, do you remember that girl that went missing like a whole bunch of them years ago?
Like,
Remember her?
Like,
Do you remember?
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you think happened to her?
She's probably dead.
Oh, really? You think so? Also, you can't go into those bedrooms down the hall because they're locked.
Oh, interesting. I'm gonna go now.
You're just going to the bathroom, right?
Yeah.
You're not going upstairs?
No, definitely not.
All right, cool. Bring me a beer when you get back, okay?
For sure.
All right, cool.
Be right back. Love you.
Yeah, love you. Don't forget my beer.
He ducks up the stairs.
Yeah, right. Seriously. So NBC affiliate WKYC reported that Castro recalled each of the 3 abductions in great detail during his interrogation and indicated that they were unplanned crimes of opportunity. According to WKYC's sources, Castro did not have an exit plan and believed that he would eventually be caught. He referred to himself as cold-blooded and a sex addict. Police found a suicide note in his home, in which he had discussed the abductions and wrote that his money and possessions should be given to the kidnapped women if he were caught.
Well, that was nice of him.
You know what would have been even nicer?
Not kidnapping them at all?
Not kidnapping them at all.
Well, we're past that point. So, I mean, how much money did he have, though? Just kidding.
Probably not much, considering he was out of work.
Right? I mean, he fucked up his bus driver job. How do you, I can't get over that. How do you mess it up?
And his home was in foreclosure for 3 years. Can you imagine the poor, like, bank employee that, like, comes to foreclose upon the house? Like, he changes the locks, and then, like, 3 days later, like, the bank employee's, like, walking through, like, taking inventory and shit, and he's just like, "Oh, these doors are locked. Let's just try to jimmy these open. Oh, my God, why are there people in here?"
The girl's just... Hi. How's it going? Who are you?
Good. How are you?
We gotta go. It's time to go. We're going. Let's go.
Oh,
come on.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Go.
You're not supposed to be in here anyway, so go on. Get out of here.
He just chases them off.
Just fucking squatters, man. God. People seeing a house all unlocked and shit. These are fucking squatters.
The girls are just about to commit murder. Squatters.
Squatters?
I'm going to commit murder.
Murder. So on May 6, 2013, Barry was finally able to make contact with Castro's neighbors, leading to her escape with her 6-year-old daughter and the rescue of Gina De Jesus and Michelle Knight by authorities. According to police, Castro left the house that day, and Barry realized that he had failed to lock the big inside door, although the exterior storm door was bolted. She did not attempt to break through the outer door because she had thought that Castro was testing her, according to the police report. Previously, Castro had tested the women by leaving the house partially unlocked and exits unsecured. If they attempted to escape, he beat them. But instead, Barry screamed for help when she saw the neighbors through the screen. Neighbor Angel Corrado responded to the screaming, but was unable to communicate with Barry because he spoke little English. Neighbor Charles Ramsey joined Corrado at the house's front door during the rescue. They kicked a hole through the bottom of the storm door, and Barry crawled through carrying her daughter. Ramsey said that Barry told him that she and her child were being kept inside the house against her will, and upon being freed, she went to the house of another Spanish-speaking neighbor and with Ramsey's assistance called 911 saying, "Help me, I've been kidnapped and I've been missing for 10 years, and I'm here, I'm free now." You good?
That's so long.
I know.
That's so many years.
And I have that 911 call, and we're going to listen to that right now.
All right. Let's do it.
All right, here we go. Ready?
Hello, please. Help me, I'm Amanda Berry.
You need police, fire, or ambulance.
I need police.
Okay, and what's going on there?
I've been kidnapped and I've been missing for 10 years, and I'm here. I'm free now.
Okay, and what's your address?
2207 Seymour Avenue.
2207 Seymour. It looks like you're calling me from 2210. Looks like you're calling me from 2210.
I can't hear you.
It looks like you were calling me from 2210 Seymour.
Yeah, I'm across the street. I'm using the phone.
Okay, stay there with those neighbors. Talk to the police when they get there.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, talk to the police when they get there.
Okay. Hello?
Yeah, talk to the police when they get there.
Okay, I'm on the way right now. I
We're
need
going
them
to
now.
send them as soon as we get a car open.
No, I need them now before he gets back.
All right, we're sending them, okay?
Okay, I mean, like,
Who's the guy? Who's the guy you're who's the guy who went out?
His name is Ariel Castro.
All right, how old is he?
He's like 52.
All right, and
I'm Amanda Berry. I've been on the news for the last 10 years.
Okay, I got that here. I already. And you said what was his name again?
Ariel Castro.
And is he white, black, or Hispanic?
He's Hispanic.
And what's he wearing?
I don't know because he's not here right now. That's
when
why
he left,
I got away.
when he left, what was he wearing?
Yeah, it's okay. What?
Right, the police are on the way. Talk to them when they get there. Okay.
Okay.
I told you they're on the way. Talk to them when they get there. Okay.
All right. Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
Me and that 911 dispatcher are throwing hands.
Who are you? I just want to talk.
Right, like, what's your name and address? I just want to talk, I promise.
I just want to talk. I just want to talk.
This girl calls you obviously distressed, and you're like, talk to the police when they get there. Talk to the police when they get... Like, no, bitch, I'm trying to talk to you. Can you just shut the fuck up for a second and listen to what I'm saying, please?
As a police dispatcher, and then I'm Amanda Berry. I've been missing for 10 years. Yeah, I know. Bitch.
What's your name? I just want to talk.
I just want to talk. I just want to talk.
Promise.
That's
no
it.
violent intentions. I
No
promise.
I just want to talk.
Pinky promise. No violence.
I just want to talk.
The disrespect. It was the disrespectful tone for me. Like
the disrespect.
Like she cannot be bothered.
No.
Like, this is your job. It is your job to talk to somebody who's in distress and make them feel less distressed. Like, what was he wearing? I don't know, because he's not here. Well, what was he wearing when he left? I've
been kept in a fucking bedroom for like 10 years. I ain't thinking about what he's wearing. I'm thinking about the fact that I'm free now.
Right.
Shit.
Like, her voice was breaking my heart. I'm like,
oh my God, right?
Oh, honey.
I listened to that before the show just to like get it like queued up and everything. And I was just sitting there like,
right.
Fuck. So responding police entered Castro's home. They walked through a hallway upstairs with guns drawn and announcing themselves as Cleveland police. After peeking out from a slightly open bedroom door, Knight entered the hallway and leapt into an officer's arms, repeatedly saying, "You saved me." Soon after, DeJesus entered the hallway from another room. Knight and DeJesus were walked out of the home, and all three women, plus the child, were taken to Metro Health Medical Center. Barry and DeJesus were released from the hospital the next day, and Knight was discharged 4 days later on May 10th. The rescue of the women also reignited hope for the family of Ashley Summers, another young woman who disappeared from the Cleveland area in early July 2007. After leaving her home after a dispute with her parents, police initially believed that there could be other captives in the Seymour Avenue home, but found none. As of September 2020, Ashley Summers is unfortunately still missing. You okay?
Yeah, that's just sad.
It is.
I hate people.
Yeah.
That's one consensus I get every time we do these episodes. I'm like, wow, I really hate people. People suck so much ass. I hate them so much.
So Castro was released on May 6, 2013. He was charged with 4 counts of kidnapping and 3 counts of rape on May 8th, which carries prison sentence to 10 years to life in Ohio. 2 of Castro's brothers were also initially taken into custody, but were released on May 9th after police announced that they had no involvement in the kidnappings. Castro made his first court appearance in the Cleveland Municipal Court on May 9th, where bail was set at $2 million per kidnapping charge, adding to a total of $8 million. Additional charges were reported to be pending, including aggravated murder for the intentional induction of miscarriages, attempted murder, assault, a charge for each instance of rape, and a kidnapping charge for each day each captive was held. Bruh, Amanda was held for 10 years. How many days is that?
Gotcha.
365 times 10 plus 2 because of leap years.
Oh, I love that you remembered that because I would not have.
Yeah.
3,006. It's still 3,652.
3,652 days.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, did you do the plus 2?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But seriously, he was charged, at least in hers, for 3,652 days of kidnapping.
Good.
Yeah. And we got a comment here from Twitch saying, "Hey, you guys. Hey, Cal."
What is going on here? Okay.
I just want to, just really quick, I just feel like I just need this up for like when Kelly gets into the show. Oh, well, hang on. Hey, this website's being an asshole. In like 2 seconds. Well, this is just being a jerk.
What are you trying to pull up?
I was trying to pull up a GIF.
Oh, okay.
But my computer's being a butt face.
A butt face?
A butt face.
Dear God.
I know, right?
No. Have you seen that?
I know, right?
A bucket. Dear God.
What?
I don't know. It's like a video, and it's that one game that I never can remember the name of. But it's like the animation stuff, like the animation game, and they wear like red and khaki. I'm pretty sure it's a shooting game. But like one of them like puts a bucket on the table. He's like, "It's a bucket," and they're like, "Dear God." And then he says something else, and they're like, "No." It's my. I'll find it later and send it to you.
There we go.
There.
Hi, Kelly.
Now just pretend like that happened immediately.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna have to like get that open. I'm just gonna have to open that before every show.
Yeah.
Just so I have it ready for whenever Kelly comments.
Right. The rainbow border is what really sells it for me. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So anyways, on May 14th, Castro's attorney said that he would plead not guilty to all charges if indicted for kidnapping and rape. The grand jury returned a true bill of indictment against Castro on June 7th, and it contained 329 counts, including 2 counts of aggravated murder under different sections of the Ohio Criminal Code for his role in the termination of Michelle Knight's pregnancies. And the indictments covered only the period from August 2002 to February 2007. The county prosecutor, Timothy McGinty, stated that the investigation was ongoing and that any further findings would be presented to the grand jury. McGinty also said that pursuing a death penalty specification would be considered following the completion of indictment proceedings. After entering a plea of not guilty for Castro on June 12th, one of his attorneys, Craig Weintraub, said that although some of the charges against Castro were indisputable, it is our hope that we can continue to work toward a resolution to avoid having an unnecessary trial about aggravated murder and the death penalty. I swear to God, I know how to talk.
You got it. You had it. I believed in you.
Abrogated. I said abrogated.
But you got
it. Abrogated Dermer.
Dermer.
Yeah.
I'm getting that tattooed on me.
Abrogated Dermer.
Abrogated Dermer.
That's going to be our t-shirt design. Abrogated Dermer.
Yeah, that's a little bit less permanent than a tattoo. But that could be our matching tattoo. I'm just saying.
Oh, boy. Abrogated Dermer. All right.
Left butt cheek.
Tell Zach to get on it.
He would in a heartbeat, and you know it. Do not encourage him.
Tell him to design something.
He will. Oh, he will.
Abrogated Dermer, and then just like have like a little person like holding like a knife and just being like.
He still hasn't done my snake tattoo, but we have to wait till next weekend. My cousin's getting a new place. Sorry, ADD moment, but
tell me later.
Yeah.
Anyways, so Craig Weintraub continued to say, we are very sensitive to the emotional strain and impact that trial would have on the women, their families, and this community. Castro was found competent to stand trial on July 3rd. Meanwhile, he's like, we're really sensitive to like the trial is going to be like really hard on them. Bitch, no. These girls are just like, put us in the courtroom. Put us on the stand.
We stand.
We stand these girls.
Very few lawyers that actually give a crap. I'm not buying it at all.
Yeah.
No, you didn't. You did not care.
Nah, bitch. You just like, oh yeah, maybe if we say that the girls are too sensitive to like stand trial, then like we won't have to like stand trial. So
the girls just
what do you say? What do you say?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I'll totally work. The girls, meanwhile, just what's his address? I just want to talk.
Yeah, what's the lawyer address? I just want to talk.
Let's go talk. We're gonna go talk.
We're just gonna talk. That's fine.
He doesn't want to hear us. He'll hear us at his house.
No. So on July 12th, the grand jury returned a true bill of indictment for the remainder of the period of February 2007, and it brought the total to 977 counts, 512 counts of kidnapping, 446 counts of rape, 7 counts of gross sexual imposition. Because I'm pretty sure those girls, when they were like, okay, so like, what should we charge them with? They were like, charge them with being gross. Because like that sex was gross.
That sex was gross.
It was gross.
0 out of 10 would not recommend.
6, like negative 1,000,000 out of 10.
Right, honestly.
6 of felonious assault, 3 of child endangerment, 2 counts of aggravated murder, and 1 count of possession of criminal tools. On July 17th, Castro pled not guilty to expand the indictment. So Castro pled guilty on July 26th to 937 of the 977 charges against him, including charges of kidnapping, rape, and aggravated murder, as well as a plea bargain which called for consecutive life sentences in prison plus 1,000 years, all without parole. And under the plea deal, Castro forfeited his right to appeal and could not profit in any way due to his crimes. He also forfeited his assets, including his home, which prosecutors said would be demolished. Although, seeing as the home was in foreclosure for like 3 years, I don't understand how that's even still like a question. You know what I mean?
Right. I love that was his plea deal too.
Yeah.
Like, you get life in prison plus 1,000 years, and he's like, "I'll take it. Deal." Like,
also, you are not allowed to make any money off of this case.
Fair. Okay.
And you're not allowed to appeal this judgment.
Okay. All right. I understand why. I get it.
And you have to turn over all of your assets.
All of them?
All of them.
Okay. I guess. All right.
Like, especially that awesome, like, glow-in-the-dark snake poster that you have on the living. Like, we gotta have it. We got it.
No. That's where I draw the line.
Okay, well, how about just, like, your house? Like, will you give up your house?
Yeah, you can have that.
Yeah. All right, cool. Because we're going to tear it to the ground. We're going to tear it to the ground with the snake poster inside of it. And you already said yes, so it's fine. Bye. Run out all fast. Just, you already said it's okay, so bye. Meanwhile, that guy later just, this fucking velvet poster that like glows in the dark. Like, this in the backseat of my van.
In the backseat of my van? That's shady as hell.
Mm-hmm. But under the so anyways, Castro was told by the Cuyahoga County Commons Pleas Court Judge Michael Russo, "You will not be getting out. Is that clear?" To which Castro responded, "Why don't you do Castro? Go ahead."
Lost my place. Hang on. I do understand that, Your Honor.
Castro also made comments about his addiction to pornography and sexual problem, but was cut off by Judge Russo, who said that such issues could be discussed at the August 1st sentencing hearing.
Listen, take your addiction to pornography and shove it.
Yeah.
Get it. Meh. Wait.
The judge just like, "Oh, you addicted to porn?
Oh. Addicted to sex? Oh. Me too.
I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck. Me too. You ain't special.
Yeah, right?
The bailiff
judge, why do you think I wear this robe? Because I'm naked underneath, bitch.
The bailiff just, Your Honor.
Yeah, what?
Look away.
Look away.
Look away.
Oh, God.
Don't look at him. He's sensitive. Don't look at him. He's sensitive. Quit talking about your addiction to porn. We all have our struggles. It's okay, Your Honor. It's okay.
No, let me talk. I just want to talk.
Your Honor, no.
I just want to talk.
No.
You don't even know. You don't know.
You don't even know.
No, I'm pissed now. That's it. I'm gone.
The bailiff just, look what you've done. Okay.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. I've been dying all week, but it's okay.
Oh my God. So anyways, so a law firm representing Barry DeJesus and Knight released a statement that the three women were relieved by today's plea. They were satisfied with the resolution to the case and are looking forward to having these legal proceedings draw to a final close in their near future. At the sentencing hearing on August 1st, Castro was sentenced to consecutive life terms in prison, plus 1,000 years, all without any possibility of parole. He was also fined $100,000 because of his pornography comments.
The judge like, I'll show you an addiction to pornography. Now you get to pay for it.
That's right, bitch. Fucking talk about my addictions like that. But the court forfeited all of his property and assets to the Cuyahoga County government. Before his sentencing, Castro addressed the court for nearly 20 minutes, in which he said that he was a good person and not a monster, but that he was addicted to sex and pornography and had practiced the art of masturbation from a young age. I don't think it's an art. Personally, I don't think it's an art, and it's not like you can go to art school for jacking off, so.
Bruh, my life would be so much easier.
Fuck, all of our lives would be so much easier.
Castro,
I think that's what OnlyFans is for, though.
No, Bella messed that up for everybody, so.
Oh, that's true. Fucking Bella Thorne.
Fucking Bella Thorne.
Hated her when I met her.
I never met her, but I've hated her since Disney.
So. Oh, I've met her, and I hated her.
Yeah.
But anyway. Hated her. Anyways, he claimed that he had never been beaten or tortured the women, and insisted that most of the sex that he had with them was consensual. He shifted between apologizing and blaming the FBI for failing to catch him, as well as blaming his victims themselves for having gotten into the car with a stranger, along with insisting to the court that he had sex with them, or that when he had sex with them, he discovered that they were not virgins.
It's the audacity.
He would alternatively shift back into apologetic comments saying, I hope they can find it in their hearts to forgive me because we had a lot of harmony going on in that home.
What harmony? When you were beating me or throwing me against a wall? Like,
yeah. So at that point, the judge, tired of Castro's bullshit and lies and all that, was like, you know what? Fuck you. I'm gonna let these bitches talk. So you bitches get up here and talk. And that started out with, and I'm saying bitches, but like honestly, these girls are fucking survivors. These girls are like so fucking amazing, and we have nothing but respect for them. And we are just so happy that they were able to escape the torture that they were in. But it started out with Knight telling Castro in court, you took 11 years of my life away. I spent 11 years in hell, and now your hell is just beginning. I will overcome all that has happened, but you will face hell for all eternity. I will live on. You will die a little every day as you think of the 11 years of atrocities you inflicted on us. I can forgive you, but I will never forget.
She's a bigger person than me.
Fuck, right? Seriously.
Shit. I know bowing like went out of fashion, but I would literally just kneel before all of these women. Just, you have my utmost respect. It's all you. All you.
Seriously. Mm-hmm. Knight, Barry, and De Jesus released a video statement on July 9th, 2013, thanking the public for their support. An attorney for Barry and De Jesus said that the women still have a strong desire for privacy and do not wish to speak to the media about their ordeal. The Cleveland Courage Fund is a bank account set up to help the women transition into independent life, which had collected approximately $1.5 million at the time of the video's release. Before Barry's disappearance, her grandfather had promised to give her a classic Chevrolet Monte Carlo, built in the year when she was born. He kept the car after her kidnapping in case she was found alive. He still had it for her when she was released, although it was in need of restoration from having been unused. Several automotive shops offered to perform the restoration for free.
My heart.
You good?
I'm gonna cry.
Don't cry.
These are the people I like.
Yeah, right?
People.
Seriously.
People. The drastic differences.
Yeah, the drastic differences indeed. And you know what? While we're talking about these girls, while we're talking about what happened with them and everything, like, you know, after the fact and stuff, I just want to pull up a picture of these three because I feel like they deserve it. There we go. So Knight discussed some of her ordeals in an interview with People magazine 1 year after her release, as well as her life leading up to her abduction. Since her release, she legally changed her name to Lily Rose Lee and began to get several tattoos as her way of coping with the healing process. She also revealed that her son was adopted by his foster parents while she was in captivity and that she wanted to see him, but she does not want to bring him into the ordeal which she has to deal with, and planned to see him after he becomes an adult. She planned to open a restaurant and dreamed of getting married, which she did in 2016, and hopes to adopt children, as her years of abuse and torture have made it unlikely for her to ever be able to give birth again. She also planned to reunite with Barry and DeJesus in the future, but began focusing on getting her own life back on track. Barry and DeJesus received honorary diplomas from John Marshall High School in 2015, and in an interview with WKYC TV, DeJesus says that she is currently volunteering for the Amber Alert Committee, offering comfort to families of abducted children. She remains in touch with Barry and her family, and in February 2017, Barry joined the staff of WJW Fox 8 in Cleveland, where she hosts short, reoccurring segments in which she reports missing persons cases. She does this to help families reunite with missing family members. In April 2019, Barry reunited with Charles Ramsey 6 years since her rescue at an interview that was broadcast by Fox 8. And he was the neighbor that helped kick in the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm going to see if I can find that, actually. Because that would be a great thing to see, I think.
Right.
Let me see. Whoops. Let me see. I think this is the right video. I just want to make sure it is before I post it, or before I open it.
Right.
This is not the right video. And it's a good thing I made sure, right?
Right. Double check.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, there's 2 spiders in my room, and they looking at me.
What?
There's 2 spiders in my room.
That sounds terrible. I am sorry.
They're not moving.
Well, as long as they're not moving, I guess, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I found the right video. It's 8 minutes long, so I'm not gonna play the whole thing, I don't think. But we're gonna do our best on this, okay?
That's all we can do.
That's all we can do, exactly.
Who is?
Hello.
My baby. How are you? It's cold. Come on, get in.
It's so cold. Thank you. It was the moment my sister and I thought about for almost 6 years.
Hey.
I say thank you very much.
Come here. How are you?
I'm good.
How you doing?
I'm blessed. Thank you.
I was finally face to face with the man I remember seeing through that broken door. My personal hero.
So when they say, dude, you a hero, man, good looking now, I say, man, you need to shut up.
Really?
And realize who the hero is. The hero is that girl that got taken from her family and still fought. Didn't give up. She reversed the game. So this is how it's gonna be. Fine, I can deal with this because I know God gonna come get me sooner or later. So I play the game. It was smart. That was smart as hell what you did. I don't care how many years it took. You knew how to play it. That's what makes you the hero.
I was so nervous. And I don't know why, but I think it's just coming back. It's
from everything. I
Mhm.
haven't faced it yet, you know,
Mhm.
but it's surreal to sit here and see you.
That's when we got right into it. May 6th, 2013. The moment he heard me pounding on that door.
Bam, bam, bam. Now that got my attention. I said, it's a white girl over there, man. Y'all not gonna help her? I got a Big Mac in my hand, so I was on my way to get you. But remember, I got a Big Mac in my hand, so give me time.
So when that happened,
Give
I
me
just
time.
remember like when it was the adrenaline and everything that was just going on.
I got Big Mac in my hand.
I kind
Give
of
me time.
remember everything, but like,
You don't
everything was
have to.
happening so fast. So, like from your point of view, what was going on? Like I remember the door was locked. I couldn't get out.
Mm-hmm.
And it was probably so simple. The bottom was like
no, babe, no,
I felt like maybe if I was like like
babe,
maybe it was me, right?
no, babe.
So I didn't know it was going on. Okay.
I'm telling you, babe.
It wasn't.
Listen to me.
Okay.
You weren't getting out that door.
Okay.
That man, he was well. That's the reason why I had to do what I had to do at the bottom. If it was that simple, you wouldn't have needed nobody's help, babe. To pull that off and to keep it going that long, you're not an idiot. Period.
And how does that happen with like the neighbors on the street? Like I know like his uncle lived in that house
Let me tell you something. I say the house right there next door to me. I say it's boarded up. And it's 100 degrees outside. There's no air conditioning unit or central air in the back. How do you survive in that house? Well, that's why you know, he playing the band and he probably be practicing in there, and he don't like to disturb nobody, so he got the windows boarded up to muffle the sound. So he's in the band.
All right, I will post this full video in our Facebook group, Chardonnay True Crime.
I adore him.
I don't want to. Yeah, he's fantastic.
I just want to give him a hug.
I know, right?
A hug. Like I just want to hug this. I don't hug, and I would feel so sad.
I get
like,
that.
I want to buy him a Big Mac.
You want to buy him a Big Mac?
I want to buy him a Big Mac.
As a part of the plea bargain, the house where Castro had lived and held the women captive was demolished on August 7th, 2013. Knight was present and handed out yellow balloons to spectators, which she said represented missing children. The balloons were released before De Jesus's aunt began the demolition with a swing of a crane. The house has been completely blurred out on the Google Street Maps, the street view of Google Maps. And that brings us to Ariel Castro, who was found on September 3rd, 2013, hanging from a bedsheet in his detention cell at the Correctional Reception Center in Orient, Ohio, 1 month into his life sentence. He was 53 at time of his death, and staff performed CPR on him before he was taken to the Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center in Columbus, Ohio, where he was pronounced dead shortly after. The following day, Franklin County Coroner Jack Gornack announced that a preliminary autopsy had found the cause of Castro's death to be suicide by hanging. On October 10th, 2013, the Ohio Department of Rehabilitation and Correction released a report which suggested that Castro may have died accidentally from autoerotic asphyxiation rather than suicide. Okay. However, the medical examiner, the coroner the coroner Jan Gornack rejected the possibility, standing by her ruling of suicide. The report also said that 2 prison guards had falsified logs documenting their observation of Castro hours before he was found dead. He was not on suicide watch at the time of his death, but had been subjected to routine checks every 30 minutes due to his notoriety. When I was in the mental hospital, they checked on me every 15 minutes, even if I was in the shower. Like, right. There was one time when they came to check on me and I was in the shower and they literally opened the door to the bathroom and I thought it was my roommate and I was like, "Ayo, what you doing?" And she was just like, the nurse was like, "Hey, Dakota." I was like, "Yes." And they're like, "Yeah, we need you to stick your face out of the shower, babe." And I stuck my face out of the shower and they were like, "All right, cool, you good?" I was like, "What the fuck?" And they would like check on us every 15 minutes at night too. Like even when we were asleep, they would come into our room and shine a flashlight on our faces.
Yeah.
To like make sure that we were sleeping.
Like I won't like talk about which family member specifically because it's their business and I don't know.
Yeah, it's their business.
Right. Yeah. I've had 2 family members close to me that one who was in a similar situation for like inpatient care, and they had very like strict routine like check-in, like just to make sure like, oh good, this one's still breathing. And the other one was like a circumstantial type thing, like if they were in a certain place where they were, then they had to have routine like I think it was like yours, like every 15 minutes. So you know, the 30 minutes seems long to me because a lot can happen.
It does. Because that's enough time to kill yourself. That is enough time to kill yourself. That's what I learned from the mental hospital is you can kill yourself in 20 minutes.
Right.
That's why they checked on us every 15.
Right. Good.
Yeah. That wasn't me. Was that you?
Yeah. I don't know what though. Nothing popped up. It just made the noise.
Was that Skype? That sounded like Skype.
Oh no, it was Discord. It just took in a minute.
Oh, okay.
I can't mute it, otherwise I'll mute you, and I don't know how to do that. Oh wait, yeah, I can. How do I do that?
You can mute Discord without muting me. You can mute it through the Discord settings.
I got it. I'm sorry about that. My bad.
It's all right. No worries. No worries. Anyways, so a report that was released on December 3rd officially concluded that all available evidence pointed to suicide, including a shrine-like arrangement of family pictures and a Bible in Castro's cell, and an increasing tone of frustration in his prison journal, and the reality of spending the rest of his life in prison while subjected to constant harassment. The Ohio State Highway Patrol also reviewed the case and reached the same conclusion. Although why the Highway Patrol is reviewing the case, I don't fucking know. You give tickets. You give tickets.
They just wanted to feel involved. They wanted to feel involved, Dakota.
I guess.
They felt like they had not done enough or anything and wanted to help.
Well.
They just wanted to help.
Well.
Hey, if they're doing that, they're not writing tickets. So, you know.
So, I guess long story short, Ariel Castro was a fucking coward who couldn't handle even putting up with the same amount of time that he subjected upon these women.
Literally
he lasted a month. He lasted a month, and these 3 women lasted 10 years.
Oh, and I'm sure because I've never been, so I don't personally know, but I do have family members who have been, and you don't fuck with women and kids. Like that is not a way to win Mr. Popularity in prison. No, that's a short trip to. Well, you're gonna die. It's just a matter of you.
To the non-fun side of Pound Town, as in we gonna pound your face into the fucking sidewalk.
Like you're gonna die. Just a matter of you do it or we do it.
Yeah.
We can get you faster. Like, let's make a game out of it. Yeah, and honestly, I'll never hold that against them. Anyone.
No, me neither.
Nope.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Like,
get it.
Go for it. Open
go
fucking.
For it. You have my approval.
Open season, bitches.
Open their skulls. I'm ready. Like, don't tell me about it, but do it.
So, Thea, final thoughts?
Castro's a C word. That seems like a little intense, but
a cunt?
Yep. I don't know. Some people don't like that word.
We don't give a shit about that. Come on. This is a true crime show.
I know, but like, listen. It's not one of the ones I just, but that's not.
Anyways, so my final thoughts are Castro sucks. These women are way stronger and braver than he could ever be. And fuck that guy. And I hope he's burning in hell if there is such a thing. I don't know if there is. I don't know if there isn't. But if there is, he there. So that was the end of our show for tonight. If you have enjoyed our show, feel free to show us a little love. You can throw me a couple bucks on Venmo at Dakota's Beard. You can throw Thia a couple of bucks on Venmo at TJoy98. And you can support us on Patreon, which I forgot to update this week, and I'm sorry, and I'm going to update it tonight. But that is patreon.com/Dakota's Beard. And we will see you all. I will see you on Tuesday. So I guess see you next Tuesday.
Bye, guys.
Bye.